Get yourself back in the office. It's time that you wipe off that social rust that COVID created and get back in the office. I mean, human contact, it's a luxury good. It really is. Forget about whether your company wants you to be in the office. You need to be in the office. And you should encourage your colleagues to be in the office, even if it's just for a few days. Everybody benefits. And I could go on, and actually I'm going to. Maybe the commute might not be ideal for you, or you might not necessarily be as productive in the office, but that's if you're looking things through a really minuscule lens. Look at the bigger picture. Look at the value of spending time with your colleagues. I mean, first and foremost, the #1 predictor of career success is your networks and your relationships. Can you really look yourself in the eye and say that you are able to build the same kinds of relationships over a phone call or a Zoom? True connection happens in person, not being digitally distant. You know, there's just no replacing the face-to-face. You know, one of the single biggest mistakes that most people make, it's not focusing on their relationships. In your career, you earn currency with those in power. Unfortunately, most people, though, they focus on building their performance and they fail to focus on building their relationship currency. Think about that. Think about how important that is. You know, when you're not in the office, there's something called like opportunity isolation, right? Think out of sight, out of mind. That's what's happening. Working from home or remotely in general just leads to that opportunity isolation. Think about all the other things that you're missing out on when you're in person. You know, the creativity, you know, expecting teams of people that are isolated from each other at home and again, you know, via the web or to generate the same type of creativity as when you are in person. You can't expect that, right? You just can't do that. What happens is you share experiences as a team when you are together in person. Also, there's something called oxytocin that you cannot release when you are digitally distanced, right? You can't do that. That happens in person. It's a hormone. It's a trust hormone. And that can only be triggered in person. The other thing that I think Tony Hsieh was I think it was something that he got the most credit for, was something called your return on collisions. Those are those like serendipitous meetings, like when you bumped into somebody at the water cooler. That doesn't happen digitally. Again, at the end of the day, it's in your best interest to spend quality time with your colleagues. The benefits so far outweigh the cons. So wipe off the social rust and don't just network, network wise.